The movie opens with a prologue saying, "In the year 2031, the first colony on Mars was founded. By 2042, the Alliance was formed, and quantum propulsion technology allowed humanity to travel beyond the solar system. Unfortunately, the Mars colony failed in 2281, and the Alliance controlled the three colonies, Earth, Zafdi, and Alora. Zafdi attempted to secede from the Alliance in 2519. James Ford, the Blood General, dropped a Q quantum bomb on the rebel colony, killing 70 million people. In the year 2524, the Vander Mining Corps was stationed at Planet 4217 LEA, Heracles system. We see two people, Captain Judah Sowley and Braxton Ryle. At first, everything was calm and the two were spending quality time alone. The creepy sound, however, did not reveal itself to Braxton, so Jude decided to take out her gun for safety. She then called the Alliance Command to report the emergency incident. She called it an FC incident and mentioned it could be the first possible contact with aliens. From the other line, the guy asked her if the first contact was positive or not, and before she could answer, the assumed alien appeared in front and the scene went black. Next, we are taken to Earth, where a man named General Aaron Ryle is driving home. Suddenly, he gets a call from the Alliance informing him they may have the first FC encounter. He then quickly orders the caller to contact Dr. Leah Goss and James Ford on the situation. He then turns his car back around and heads there himself. 5 minutes into the first contact, elsewhere on Earth, James Ford is having a casual night at a local bar. His friend Dash is meeting him to talk about a new job. But while they are conversing, some civilians come to bully James Ford about him murdering a whole population and becoming dishonorably discharged from the military. The civilians don't stop there, but intentionally pick a fight to end him. He and Dash, however, with their skillful fighting moves, overpower them only to be stopped by Commander Marcus Black and his team barging into the bar. Ford and Dash lower their weapons, and Black mocks Dash for sticking around with his old commander James. Black then tells James that he is needed at McMillian Airfield despite his dishonorable discharge, and that the order came directly from Ryle. Initially, James refuses, mentioning the Alliance and making it clear that he is not wanted there, and why would he come back now? Black doesn't feel sorry for him, and adds that it wasn't James's decision to take action that hadn't been issued to him to drop the Q-bomb on 70 million souls. Initially hesitant and refusing, James agrees to come along when Black mentions he'll get reinstatement. 19 minutes into the first contact at McMillian Airfield, Dash tags along with James and has a meeting with Dr. Leah Goss and Ryle about what happened in the Heracles system. It turns out the two have known each other before, and Leah isn't thrilled to find him there. Black tells them to calm down and that the orders were given from Ryle. He will be arriving soon and they are waiting for him. When James hears from Black that this is all about the possible first contact with aliens, he suggests they quickly prepare the Q-bomb for safety. Black, giving it a second thought, decides to contact a quantum tech to prepare the bomb. The scene then takes us to the quantum tech, a woman named Ardane, who is about to depart the compound. However, her superior arrives and tells her leave has been cancelled and that she must get back to work. After some hesitation, Ardane gets back to the compound and authorizes the Q-bomb that is to be sent to McMillian Airfield. Meanwhile, survivors of the Vander mining operation are sent to the airfield for debriefing. However, Dr. Leah raises her concern and firmly insists on interviewing the survivors while their memories are fresh. But she is refused as they have to first go through a decontamination process. In the meantime, we catch the survivors looking like zombies and not very much like they did before. Just as they are being decontaminated, the group makes a creepy turn to the soldiers, and the first girl we see at the mining center attacks a soldier who is approaching her. The others also follow her and start to hurt others. They spit acid out of their mouths and can melt a face with it. One soldier, however, aims at their eyes and successfully puts one down. He then tells the others to aim for the eyes, and shortly, an emergency siren goes off in the building for safety. The others, including Dash and Ford, are in another area when they hear it, and they rush to see what's up. By then, open fire has ensued and the aliens have grabbed some rifles from the dead soldiers. Meanwhile, Ryle arrives at the field and is notified of the emergency inside. He manages to kill one or two of them, but inside, James and the others are struggling to defeat them. The sergeant leading them also gets shot by one of the aliens, but soon, James gets a bigger explosive gun to wipe the rest of them out, rescuing the others. After the deadly moment ends, the group meets in a conference room to discuss the matter. Dr. Leah is concerned about how they even got to know how to shoot so quickly and perfectly. She says so far the death toll is at 53, but they must stop the disaster now before more could come. The Sigia are an invasive alien species that live in space and invade and conquer other worlds. They can parasitically infect and control their hosts by forcing their victims to ingest a black fluid that turns the host into an agent of Sigia and operates with a hive mind. What happened to Vander and their base was considered an attack on humanity, and the Alliance is to strike back. Operation Cosmic Sin is a go, meaning they will wipe out the rest of the aliens by going to their place and taking the war to them. Soon Ford, Ryle, Dr. Leah, Braxton, Bleck, and Dash prepare and suit up to travel to planet Allura by a quantum jump gate to stop the Sigia. Ardeen is also needed in order to go with them to handle the Q-bomb despite her resistance. Shortly, they are launched with a machine and Quantum jumps to space. While entering Allura, they see a bunch of remnants of a broken spaceship hovering in space, and it looks like there has been a war. They descend into the planet, but while entering Allura, Ryle's suit gets damaged, and he is presumed dead when he doesn't make it with the team. The others, however, successfully make it to Allura and find themselves scattered in a forest. James and Dr. Leah get separated from the group during entry, and Bleck gets mortally wounded shortly after making it to the surface. It was some group of guys shooting at them, and Ardeen threw a bomb at them to halt their actions. As the team struggles to take out their attackers, Eleron survivors aid them. Sol Cantos was escorting survivors when she encountered the team. After verifying they're human, they agreed to help take them to the orbital cannon to give Bleck treatment. At the Alliance outpost, the surviving team learns about how the Sigia infects and controls people. Shortly after, we see James make it to the planet, but he is in a different place. He finds some people with hoods on their heads, but he leads the way towards a cave he has found. He enters it, but all his visuals are blurred. He sees someone and then approaches them, but soon Braxton comes to his rescue. He takes him out of the cave, but James is not feeling clear because he's having some flashbacks. The scene then takes us to the orbital cannon, an Alliance outpost facility. There, they find Bleck dying, and the rest of the group is clueless about what to do. Ardeen states that they will have to go into orbit to fire the Q-bomb. Meanwhile, James sees Bleck in pain, so he decides to help him die easier. Bleck passes away peacefully, but Braxton is disappointed by his demise. Soon, Dash arrives and asks what happened after seeing Bleck. In a meeting with all surviving soldiers, they talk about their situation and plan to use the Q-bomb they brought. Ardeen believes if they can get the orbital cannon working again, they can launch the Q-bomb into space and collapse the gateway to seal off the Sigia once and for all. Thus, the one mainly responsible is Ardeen. She goes into the room full of fear because she will be wiping out the whole planet with the Q-bomb. But before she can do anything, Ryle can reach out to Ardeen through the comms. It turns out he is stuck in space due to his suit breakage, but with him stuck in space, he volunteers to help detonate the gateway to seal off the Sigia. Of course, this may cost him his life, but he insists on doing so. Shortly after, we see the Sigia know the survivors are holding up at the orbital cannon and converge on the outpost. Thus, they are here for them now. The one who arrived is, surprisingly, Dr. Leah, who was captured and infected, and now she's an agent of the Sigia. She doesn't appear to be herself, and she gives James and the others a chance to surrender, but they refuse, of course. The survivors, along with the soldiers, make their last stand to hold up the outpost as long as possible for Ardeen to fire the cannon. While the rest fend off the alien attackers, James latches onto a Sigia ship and follows the transformed Dr. Leah to the gateway. In the meantime, at the orbital cannon, Ardeen and Ryle are communicating. The AI system keeps telling him collision imminent, and he is struggling to keep himself there. Ardeen shortly loads the Q-bomb into the missile delivery system and waits to confirm its launch. Ryle is waiting for her to confirm it and is insisting that she launch it so that his mission can be accomplished. Meanwhile, Braxton is at the gate fighting off one of the barbarians. It overpowers him at first, but he shoots it at the last minute, saving his life. Back at Ardeen, she is terrified to launch the missile, but shortly does so, having no choice. The Q-bomb travels at extraordinary speed and gets shot straight to the barbarian planet Sagia. However, the prime alien who took Dr. Leah's body as a vessel stops it with his hand, containing it so as to not explode. They are far more advanced, and their planet is so much more alien than it seems. Soon, James arrives and faces off against the same alien. He tries to speak to it to negotiate, but she says there is never going to be peace. Thus, Ford is repelled back to Allura, while Leah drifts through the gate with the force of the Q-bomb. Just then, back at the cannon, Braxton finds Ryle prepared to sacrifice himself to close the gate. He then holds Ardeen's hand as they fire the cannon and launch the bomb. Ryle's self-destruction destroys the gateway, and the Q-bomb crosses over to Sagia space and opens a black hole. The gate closes behind the black hole, sealing and wiping out the entire Sagia attack fleet. The movie comes to its close as the scene takes us back to Earth. We see Ford head back to the bar for a drink along with the survivors of Allura. Dash, Ardeen, Braxton, and Sol Cantos survive the battle, and the Alliance celebrates their victory for keeping the peace. Ford takes a shot and leaves the bar. What do you think about these reviews? Do you agree? Let us know in the comments. Also, don't forget to like the video if you've enjoyed the recap, and subscribe to my channel for more amazing recaps. See you in the next one!